All right, sorry about that. That was my colonoscopy. Oh shit! It started a new video. Oh well, I'll go in and edit this one. I'll put these two together. So, Prowler and their plexi. That's way too thin plexi, but good job, Prowler. And Prowler, of course, was made by Concept, where we bought out a shit ton. And I actually have these dust caps. So I think it's only one size left. But let me know. I mean, they're fun to. I wouldn't put them on a subwoofer. I would actually put them like on your desk, or what you do is you glue it to a speaker cone and then you put the speaker cone on your desk or your wall or something like that. It's decoration. It's not really functional anymore. So woofer of the month, the Petras enclosure and Prowler driver. Mobile Wars. Don't really care. Who is that? What are those? Whatever happened to EFX? Again, I don't really like Mustangs, especially those old ones. They kind of suck. Again, just my opinion. Oh, he's got capacitors. There you go. The original lightning cap. Made by Philips. Out of one of the Carolinas. You guys all the Carolinas look alike to me. So do the Dakotas. So the only one that's different is Virginia, and you certainly know the difference between Virginia and fucking West for fucking Virginia. Big difference. So, I mean, all hillbillies, but still. Super hillbillies in West Virginia. There's Wayne. Hi, Wayne. I think that's a stock picture because I remember seeing that in another issue. Ultimate Attitude. Oh, I got some of these. I just got them in. Carlos, well, his name's not Carlos Danger, but that's what I call him. Carlos Danger. Brought a pair of these in. I will be posting them on the eBays. So if you want them, I don't know, make an offer. I'd rather not sell them on eBay, but let me know. Maybe I won't. So because they're still being dicks. They're like, you can only sell 5 items or $500 per month. I was like, okay, that's fine. HART Decisions, HART Professional, made in USA. That was actually a thing. That was a joke. Nick Riley was my rep at M&M Merchandisers out of Texas. And there was a moment in time when the Chinese government was so, how do I say, enthusiastic that they created a special city called USA. 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 So there's a place in China called USA, China. And so if it was made in USA, China, then it would say, it wouldn't have the periods there. It wouldn't have the dots. It would just say made in USA, which made it true. It was indeed made in USA, China. So that's how far and willing the Chinese government is to support their vendors, I should say. They're not trying to trick you, absolutely not, but they're very supportive of their vendors. The PPI DEQ 230, beautiful in Art Series White. I think I have a couple of sample ones too. Like they made a matte black, glossy black. And again, these were samples that they had done just so that, again, it's a designer product where they lay them out and they go, okay, how many do we want to do in this color? How many do we want to do this color? And then the first run was this series where they did them, I think, in only white and black. And then later they, when the PCX series came out, or the PC series came out, that's when they started doing them in silver and some other stuff, the sparkly silver, if I remember right. So there you go. Hey, baby. Please don't be a tranny again. Please don't be a tranny again. Canadian Accord. Oh, looks like the cantaloupes are going to spill all over that shit. Not a fan. Lightning caps. Is it? Can you see it? Who is it? It's funny. Not that Larry cares anymore. Like I'm like, I was more I was more caring about Lightning audio than he was. He was like, Lightning's my bitch. I was like, all right. So there you go. Buy some bass. Looks like trouble. There you go. This is my favorite. You actually get to see. There you go. That's no, that's not that cup. That's something else though. I remember that guy did the swoosh cup on was it Walmart? Something like that, some pattern. But you get to see, how people really apply it in the real world, what it really looks like. Music reviews, The Cranberries, rest in peace, Dolores. Batman Forever, which that's the Gonzo font, by the way. And then Bachbusters, that was real popular with bass heads. So, because it was like rebased. It was basically, it was Bach, but I think it was redone or remastered on a computer. And so you could add first octave shit to it. So, but that was, a lot of people played that. Bass Cows from Hell. Jacob's AccuVolt, piece of garbage. There you go. It's usually they have it's great on security, but I'll still have a few bugs to work out on the automatic door opening convenience feature. Too many words. That's basically a scene from RoboCop. And then Excalibur, K9. Again, same thing. How is their version different than the Python and the Bulldog and whatever? And right there, see, what was the difference between that? Python, Viper, Sidewinder. So Hornet. And so again, I've talked about this in other videos, but basically the reason why there are multiple brands under the same brand, which is a DEI, is to saturate the market. So if you sell Viper in this case is your top of the line. And basically that's like dealer cost is $100. But they'll sell basically the same alarm under the Hornet brand for $80 to the competitor across the street. See, so that way, if you really want Viper, you got to go to dealer A. And then if you really want Hornet, but nobody gives a shit about Hornet, then you got to go to dealer B. So, but that's how you protect territories. So Orion did the same thing when they came out with Orion dealer. You could carry the HCCA stuff or the XTR stuff, and then if you were, and it ended up being like Best Buy that would carry hot setup. So, but you could be another shop that carried the first gen hot setup, and then second gen hot setup with the glowing skull eyes. That was all Best Buy. So, which is always a nightmare. Back then, they just didn't have the. Well, there's a lot of reasons why those always failed. Like Rockford tried getting into Best Buy, and the numbers are good when they're good, but when the returns are bad, they're really bad because by law they can't sell them as A stock anymore. They have to sell them as B stock. And so sometimes that becomes tough. And I would hear stories from Fosgate about, like 2 amps would be bad, which they aren't bad because they did 100% QC. So I know they were good. So typically it was just user error, right? And then, but Best Buy didn't like processing, things, and they wanted to teach Rockford a lesson that Rockford's the bitch, not Best Buy. And so like say 2 amps would be bad or returned. And so then they would return the whole pallet. And they go, get it right, Rockford. And then Rockford's like, yes, sir. Right away, sir. And so, but that's with every vendor. That's what they do because the retailer is the king. That's who the public sees. And that's who also makes the most money. And that's who is really in control of the numbers. And they have the money to be able to make huge purchases. Talking about nationwide chain. Oh my God, that's a huge contract to get. So, but if you ever get a chance to do that, that's actually the way to go. But the way that you can do that is actually get into something like Amazon or eBay where you're getting constant sales and you're providing a service and all that kind of stuff. And it can be very lucrative. It can be. So, but there's, because it's so small, sometimes people can move in and just start taking over your stuff and your business and undercutting you. So, and it's really frustrating when the Chinese government is sponsoring that, when some dude in China that fucking still lives with his mom and he's kind of a loser, and he sees your product and he goes, oh, I can knock that off. I know where that's made. And then he does his own version, and then he can apply for loans through with the Chinese government. The Chinese like, yep, we'll okay that. And the next thing you know, he's competing with you on a global scale, and he's undermining you all over one stupid item. And that can totally happen in this market right now. That's what globalization really is. And there's, good and bad about it. So, but that's why I don't even like being in this business. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. And everybody's so cutthroat and macho and bullshit. And it's just, I don't know. I can do better. So we were watching Forever last night on Amazon. It's actually pretty good. It's got Freddie and Maya Rudolph, Fred Armisen and Maya Rudolph, and it's actually pretty good. And one of the things they talked about in there, which I'm spacing out on, I forgot about now. Anyways, that's a good show. Go watch that show. And don't buy girls sunglasses. That's definitely my advice. Love you guys. Later.